I can't tell you guys how to feel, but I can absolutely tell you guys what pisses me off. I saw a tweet a couple of days ago and it got a bit of traction, and it was this guy and he tweeted, you know, I've been giving my all to trading, going through all the ups and the downs and studying as much as possible. And I think right now I'm pretty much ready to give up trading. I've done everything that I possibly could and I don't think it's for me. And I'm like, oh, okay. Still not the worst part. Somebody commented under and said, damn man, stick through it. How long have you been learning? The guy comments back, oh, only for 1 year. That pisses me off a lot because a lot of you guys will flat out say trading doesn't work and you will not even give it the full effort you're supposed to be giving it. I've said this time and time again. So many people are operating trading as if it has to become successful for them within a year or it doesn't work at all, and nobody can make it work. Do you guys realize that most of the successful traders out there in this world were doing this for years, 3 years, 4 years, 5 years, and then they finally became successful? Like, it's not a 1 year thing, a 6 month thing. Now, it can be if you are learning from the right person. So prime example, if you are under the wing of a prominent trader, let's say you are right next to me for a full year straight, can I make you profitable within that year? I believe I absolutely can. Absolutely, because you're right next to me and learning directly from me. But when you're learning, and this is what people don't understand, there is a cost to free, and I want to say that again, there is a cost to free information. A lot of people are just like, oh, I'm gonna learn how to trade on YouTube, and then you learn for a year and then you give up because there's so much information online. There's a hidden cost of free. The initial cost is free, there's no cost, but the long-term cost is, oh, I am in a cycle of doom and I don't know what I'm doing, and then I quit after a year. The hidden cost of paying for information is paying for it, but then at the end of it, oh, it's financial freedom. And I think I just saw a girl talk about how, you know, on Shark Tank, how she paid a TikTok coach $400 a month when she had nothing. And now she's doing 6.5 million a year, 3 years later. Because you're learning from the right person. And that's what annoys me so much, because a lot of you guys will jump in, jump out, jump in, jump out, jump in, jump out, and then wonder why something is not sticking for you. I saw another tweet that actually made me happy on the opposite end, and it flat out said, a lot of you guys will come across something fantastic, a skill or a business opportunity that you can start or collaborate with somebody with, and somebody will tell you, oh, okay, this may take 3 years to really get crazy, but once you hit that 3 year mark, it'll all of a sudden skyrocket your income to 100K, $500,000, even $1 million. And a lot of you guys will be like, that takes too long. I'm gonna go find something else to make me money right now. And then what happens is 3 years comes by, you're now 31, you're now 34, you're now 37, and you still have no more money than you did 3 years ago, and you still have no skills you learned because you did not apply yourself. And that's the thing that people don't understand. It's not a matter of trying to learn the information, trying to be, you know, successful and profitable and make your business explode within month one. It's literally who can stay the longest. That's literally all it is, right? When I started my first business, like the very first month, I thought it was gonna blow things out of the water. I had 2 people sign up at the end of the first week to my first business. I was expecting at least 50. I had 2. And had I stopped, I would have never turned that into a $6, $7, $8 million a year business. And that's what people gotta understand, right? It's the momentum as time goes on. Then the trading becomes a lot easier. Then market analysis becomes a lot easier. Then chart breakdowns become easier. Then making profitable trades becomes a lot easier. Then knowing when to exit trades becomes a lot easier because you've been doing it over and over and over again. I'm on Threads as well. And I keep referencing social media because that's where I can have my footprint on, you know, the entire marketplace, and I can see where everybody's headspace is at. There was a girl who commented, I had my first $3,000 day. You know, I'm so excited. I used to make $3,000 in a month. I can't believe it. And I tweeted, or I replied under and said, keep going. I remember those days, you know, many years ago. The days only get bigger and bigger and better and better. Don't get discouraged, like in terms of like, say you have a bad month, keep going. Cause now I'm doing $55,000 days, $80,000 days, $100,000 days. And I got a flood of comments from her followers saying, oh my gosh, what do you do? That's crazy, that's crazy. That's not the point. The point is there was about 10 people who commented, damn man, I used to watch your videos heavily back in 2020 and 2021. I kind of fell off the wagon, but I'm about to go and binge watch your YouTube channel again and see if I can get back on track. You wasted 4 years that you could have been putting towards this industry to where right now you could have been doing what that girl is doing or what I'm doing. We live in a society where people are so ready for instant gratification. I do believe if a lot of you guys were placed in the 1970s and 1980s, a lot of you guys would be more successful traders. Why is that? Because back in the day, there was no social media. People weren't living their lives trying to impress other people. They weren't trying to get rich within one day. You had a standard 9-to-5 job and you had that for 30 years. But nowadays, you know, in 2025, which again is no fault of your own, but nowadays in 2025, a lot of you guys need to realize you're gonna have failure after failure after failure until you pop off. And I think that's where the whole key thing is. It's understanding who you're learning from. Alex Hormozi talked about in business in a podcast with this guy named Chris, who has great podcasts, by the way. He literally said, people don't understand. They see me now with a, you know, 250 million a year portfolio and several companies that I sold for well over $100 million in liquid cash, right? People don't understand that my first 9 businesses were a failure. It's not like business number 1 was a success, business 2 was a failure, 3 was, it was like failure, and then failure, and then failure, and then failure, and then failure. And then moving back in with my girlfriend's, you know, parents' house, trying to be a businessman, but like I'm literally working my office out of like their kid's playroom because Layla's sister has a kid and they have like a playroom for the kid, right? It's like failure after failure after failure after failure.
And then you do it again and again and again.
And then finally it popped off. And Hormozi talks about it as well, where he's like, even when he started to get a little bit of traction, when, you know, with the money he got, he paid Grant Cardone to understand how to scale his business. And Grant Cardone said something in the podcast the other day that I don't think people really realize. Somebody asked him, how did he feel about Alex Hormozi paying him $120,000 to get a one-on-one, to get 3 or 4 one-on-ones from him. And he said, I got the short end of that deal. Don't ask me how I feel in terms of, oh, I got 120K. Alex Hormozi made tens of millions of dollars off of the advice I gave him. How is that possible? Because Grant Cardone gave Alex a blueprint on what to do. Alex then put that blueprint into motion and executed that blueprint. He then went from 8,000 followers on Instagram to millions of followers on Instagram and millions on YouTube, to where he's unscaled and sold many businesses because people look at him with this respect in terms of, you know, business acumen and how smart he is. It's not a matter of becoming successful within a year, 2 years, 3 years. It's a matter of you have this skill set, whatever it may be, where nobody can take it away from you. I don't think you guys realize how important that is, right? AI can't replace you on it. No matter who's the president, whether it's Kamala, whether it's Donald Trump, it does not matter. You can still do this in the comfort of your own home. I've said this time and time again. Let there be another COVID shutdown, and like it was in 2020, I will be at my house trading, and everybody else will be, you know, panicking on, you know, because they got fired at X, Y, and Z. Like and that's no shade, because my mom got fired, right? I had to tell my mom, hey, you're retired. Don't work another day in your life. Even if you're not wanting to do this super long term, use this as a stepping stone to get to where you want to get to. You can use it as a stepping stone, or realize it's something that you can have for the rest of your life. I am somebody who literally was broke in college and had absolutely nothing, and now obviously, like, I have a penthouse in Dubai, I have a mansion in Puerto Rico, and me and my wife are very, very well taken care of. My kids get whatever they want, the private jet, like everything that people care about, I have. And I think that's the thing that people got to realize, that all came with the foundation of trading. It didn't come because I just fell upon it and I got lucky. I literally dedicated my life to this for the last 11 years. And it just so happened that within my 5th year, I popped off. And now my goal is for me to take those mistakes of those 5 years and cut yours down to 2 years, to 1 year. Just like Alex Hormozi with acquisition, he talks about it all the time. Yeah, it took me this many years to become successful at business, but any business right now, because I became successful at that point, I can help turn your entire business around in 6 months, 3 months, 1 year. And that's what he does with acquisition. And that's what I'm doing as well. And I want you guys to understand that. Here's what I am doing. In the next couple of days, which we will put below, I am hosting an actual 3-day boot camp for everybody. Like I just said, if you are a beginner, if you're someone who's advanced, haven't put the pieces together, haven't had your aha moment yet, been trading for 2 years and you really don't understand how to make it all make sense, trading for 1 year, never even started, no matter what, there's a 3-day boot camp that I'm doing that when I'm literally holding everybody's hand for those 3 days to show you guys exactly what to do to get from 0 to where you want to get to. Tailor-made for the people that are actually joining. It is going to be so in-depth that I've never done this before. And before I even get any further, I want you guys to know, no, this is not some expensive boot camp. It's literally $47. It's not expensive at all. I'm not even doing this for money. It's more so the fact that I want you guys to get in and actually listen for 3 days straight, follow along and pay real life attention. Because I'm gonna show you guys in those 3 days why you should not be quitting, how it's not as difficult as you guys may seem, go over actual live trades and literally break things down to where you guys will leave and be like, oh, I've been doing this thing wrong the whole time, or oh, most of what I've been doing is right, but the other half is a little bit wrong. Let me fix this. 3 days, literally, me and you, 3 days, that's coming in a couple of days. Look below for the actual link because this is the literal start to something massive such as deep pockets. And I want you guys to really, really hone in. I'm not trying to convince people who have no interest in trading to start trading. I'm trying to convince people who have an interest in trading but don't know what to do with it or haven't put all the pieces together or don't know how to start. That's my area of talking to people and helping them out. So literally go below right now, go to the website, pull up to the boot camp because it's 3 days, me and you. I'm going for a very, very, very long time. I have everything already outlined and planned out. You guys are gonna be able to talk to me in terms of things you guys really, really, really wanna know. I'm going to go over. I do not want you guys to quit, stay the journey. And even if after the boot camp, you guys go on your own journey, that's great. I just want you guys to stay so that 8 years from now, you could say in an interview, random interview that somebody sends to me randomly, oh yeah, I was about to quit, but I saw this Swaggy C video. I did this quick boot camp he did for 3 days. It was very, very in depth. It wasn't expensive at all, and it changed my entire life. And boom, now I'm here. That's all I want. You do that, that's all I can ask from you guys. So I will see you guys later, but just do me a favor, do not quit because you are doing yourself a disservice. It makes no sense at all. You don't have anything better to do, and that's not a slight on you. Same with me, I had nothing better to do. So I stuck it out, now look where I'm at. Later, guys.